Hi, hello. This is the Chapter 9 of Key Concepts in Understanding Motor Disabilities. It may be a different chapter if you have a different edition of the book. Here we go. Learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes? Understand the impact of motor disabilities on participation of students in school and on learning. To comprehend the role of the IEP team and related service providers in supporting students with motor abilities and their participation in school, and describe strategies for meeting the physical assistance and management needs of students with motor abilities in daily routines and school-related functions. So, International Classification on Function. It used to be the ICIDH, or the International Classification of Impairments, Disabilities, and Handicaps, but that was considered to focus too much on deficits versus what a person could do, especially in interaction with their environment. So the ICF is used to describe the individual's functional status related to a health condition. So it's related to how well can they function as related to the actual condition. So, and there's three parts of that: their body structure and function, the person as an individual, and then the relationship between the person and their environmental factors. So environmental factors, physical, social, attitudinal, so those are very context dependent, and personal factors, psychosocial, executive functioning, SES, healthcare access, those are more individual specific, and they interact and contribute to an individual's ability to function, or the degree. So, the use of the ICF by related service providers, it's basically to understand students' ability to participate in the school day, to organize physical management routines, and consider adjustments in the personal and environmental factors that could increase or improve the student's level of participation. I know a lot of special education folks seem to frown on the use of the ICF or the DSM, but there needs to be a common language between service providers, and for lack of a better one, that's what we have. So it's either the ICF or the DSM to a lesser extent. Team collaboration and communication all have the same goal: assist the child to achieve an educational benefit, which would include the expertise of related service providers and the IEP process itself. And so use communication tools and options to achieve that. So, related service providers provide interventions for impairments. They help you adapt environment or settings and give you different ideas to compensate, so such as alternative movements, alternative positions, adapt materials, adjust steps in a routine. So it's really a continuum of most to least direct. So the most direct would be an individual pull-out, followed by a small group pull-out, one-on-one in the classroom, group activity in the classroom, whole class instruction, and then just consultation with the teacher or other educator. Well, there's a variety of mobility aids, so canes, crutches, walkers, power ride-on toys, manual wheelchairs, power wheelchairs. It's exhaustive. This chapter could go on forever if it wanted to. So it's hard to summarize everything in this chapter. I found it difficult to summarize. But there are some considerations for ordering equipment. Purpose of equipment related to the function, ease of use of the equipment, especially in consideration of secondary disabilities, durability of equipment, adjustability of equipment for growth and changing condition, and then environments in which equipment can be used. Transportation also must be considered as a related service, so that should definitely be discussed per the IEP. And there's several legal guides in regards to that: IDEA, Section 504, ADA, and Motor Vehicle Safety Standards and Regulations. With regard to riding on a school bus, feasibility of transfer, so out of the wheelchair when possible, must be considered, as well as the use of a bus seat or car seat. Safety requirements, such as a 4-point harness to anchor wheelchair, or occupant restraint that is separate to the wheelchair. So, but what is our goal? Our goal is quality education for students with motor disabilities that addresses the important functional skills that will promote students' independence and participation in their community, both as young adults and youth and young and adults. So inclusion. Okay, well that's chapter 9. I'll see you guys for the next chapter.